age. I was working in Mr. Reynolds' grade 2 class, and I felt kind of lucky because I had this class for tech and for my gym PE teaching. So by the time I got to my peer teaching, I kind of had a feel for the class and what the kids were like. So I was working with Book Creator. Book Creator is a free app, but unfortunately you only get one free book that you can work with, but within it you can do your own drawings, add text, take photos from the internet, and use audio. So the first day that I went in, Mr. Reynolds wanted us working with WITS. Do you guys know it? It's an anti-bullying program, so walk away, ignore, talk it out, and seek help. So I went in, so I had to take pictures, but the kids couldn't be in it, obviously, so I just have a bunch in the back of the head.
I like your idea, you caught excitement there, that was good.
Yeah. So I made a little story about Jacob and Abe, and about how Jacob was being bullied for liking science and all the different things he could do. And I was kind of nervous when I first went in because I didn't know the class, and I had this story that I made with my own little stickman, and as you can see, some of the kids are a lot better at drawing than me. So the first class, we were just doing drawings and writing a story. I think if I were to go into the class again, I would have them make bullet points of what they'd like their story to be, the layout, because most of them were just focused on their title page, and they didn't get much else.
But it's a good title page.
I was hooked up to, not the document camera, I was hooked up to a projector, so I was able to show them on the apps, and they were all super excited to get started. And the first class, there was around 15 of them, and it was myself, Sean Reynolds, and their teacher's assistant going around helping each of the kids. And like the layout of the class, they have desks, some desks are together, some desks are separate, and they had one student who really struggled, who was in the back of the class all alone. And I was kind of nervous going into our gym class because I noticed that the student got frustrated really easily and became slightly aggressive. So when we went into gym, I wasn't sure how he would react, and I didn't know if he worked well with others, but he actually worked really well with the other kids, and I was so happy. And I was really nervous because at Braidfoot they have a class set of iPads, but what that means is throughout the school there are classes with like a couple iPads, so I had to transport the iPads from UVic there, and I bus, and I can't carry that much, but I managed to make it work. And going into a grade 2 class, I was like, same with, I think it was Nicole, I didn't want them to break anything, and I didn't want to be responsible, but they were so good at staying at their desk, raising their hand, or coming up to me to ask for help. And I didn't show them how to do everything right at first, and they'd be like, oh look, did you know you can do this? And it started. I don't know if you can hear that, but one of the kids just said, I have a suggestion if you want to take it. The second time that I went in, before that. So the students created like 4-page long stories, or they created a title page, and it was like, awesome, good job. Now we're going to delete everything because we have no way of saving your work, because in the classroom with 15 students, the iPads that I brought were not connected to the server.
Yeah.
I couldn't export all of them, so I could only choose certain students' iPads. So they don't know like whose I chose, because I chose some that I thought were a bit better, or ones that I was like really proud of, and they didn't export that well either. So that was one of the downfalls with the app. And then if off the bat they chose the wrong format, they couldn't correct it because you have to purchase the app to get more books. The second time that I went in, I came in right after recess, so I found my kids were really well behaved. I think that was because they just burned off so much energy. I was in the class and they came in and they're like, are you a substitute teacher? And I'm like, not even close, but thanks. The second day, I think there was maybe 20 students, and I had 14 iPads. And that was a bit of a challenge because the students who were familiar with the app, they're like, I want to work alone. I don't want to be with anybody. I'm like, well, we need to collaborate this time because I don't have enough. But it ended up working out, and we had some interesting pairs of students. So I went around each group and I was like, okay, let's focus on writing the story to start. And for the second class, we were incorporating audio and using pictures. And I wasn't able to save the audio, but I do have this story. But I had to blur out the kids. So these are two girls in my class. We're working on
Cybermen. Right.
lots of them did friendship, and they used their own names, so I had to blur it. I thought it was really cool. So this is Noelle and Mia playing with Lego. And they did it based on like our class. So this is them playing on the iPad. They took a screenshot and then inserted photos of themselves. So the second class, they could do a story whatever they wanted to. Yeah.
That's it.
And then this is them saying, I like to play with cars. I like to draw pictures. And then they both said at the end. We did run into a few snags because we wanted to use audio, but for some reason some of the iPads wouldn't let you use it, so I had to go and like configure some of them to make it work. And the student who really struggled and got frustrated was actually able to create a story the second time, and I'm going to show it to you because I was really happy. I didn't have to spend a lot of time with them either. They were really good at like taking turns of time. And what was interesting was with the grade 2 class, their spelling, like they were able to create proper stories. I don't think I would use it based on spelling. I think this app is something that you could use for students who are like dyslexic or can't write very well, because it could be used to teach students like a beginning, middle, and end with like a conflict. It could be to teach the format of story. So this is one of the kids. His name is not Trevor. I had to change that. Look, Mr. Taz, we ate ice cream. Bye, Papa. See you at Christmas. Papa, you're back. Never slept with Papa. The end.
There may be a hidden story here.
The other problem was diction. I don't know if you guys have it on your phones. What?
Oh, wasn't that story? God.
I did have one set of boys that were working together that weren't working on the story at all, because there's this option that you can choose between like 3 words and it'll just like guess the next word that you're gonna say. So they just kept doing that and getting like sentences that didn't make very much sense. They didn't have a very good time like sharing who was on the iPad, and I had to go over and be like, all right, like now let's let him try for a bit and try to create this story. I had one student who was so engaged with it and had a whole story written out both times I went in his head, but wanted to be so perfect and have everything like to a point. So this is a story that he made with another boy, Dragon in the Shining Armor. They had a hard time drawing out what they wanted to do on the iPad. So they drew it on paper and then they took a picture and were able to copy and paste it. But again, they ran out of time and they didn't get to finish it. So that happened a lot. This is me. When I went in the second time, I made a story of myself going there and added audio, and then we finished the story together with like a picture of us. There. And I want to show you some audio. Will this work?
Yep. Shark. The red mouth.
It was kind of a weird pair. We had a boy and a girl who were that close to friends that they wrote a story about going in the ocean and like getting attacked by sharks and finding rubies. It's pretty good. I wouldn't use this in a class to help with writing. I would definitely use it to teach the structure of a story. I think it's important to have, Mr. Reynolds agreed, to have each student have their own iPad And when I went in the second time, I had some students come up and be like, oh, like I bought this app at home and it's really cool. And I was like, oh, like that's awesome. And we had some good parent feedback as well. Sorry. Yeah.
Cool. Some questions for Lancy. Erin.
It's called Book Creator. I couldn't get any photos because it's not free to share or use, which kind of sucks.
Yes, it's built into, actually all the apps at the school have Book Creator. So I think the district installed it first. But yeah, again, it goes down to like Nancy's saying, that you get in, but then you have to pay in app for extra things. So all these things we're doing right now is just finding out stuff, but then where's the money going to come from to pay? Because every app has to be paid for each iPad, right? So even though it's $30, it's $30 for a set of iPads. You have to get a license for all of them, yeah. Yeah, you have to buy. They can negotiate a school license for $30, but then they have to pay maybe $20 instead of $1 for each one. But you have to still pay. But yes, that's what's going to be. How do we figure that out, right?
So this, I'm confused what your teacher is saying about this. So is it an app or it's not an app?
It's a free app, but
It's
like.
a free app, but you only get one book you can do. There's a tutorial book, so what I did is I just deleted everything in that book and created my own. But I don't think this is the best app unless you're going to buy it within a class.
Yeah. But now you know what to look for, right? That's the thing.
Orla?
Would you say, like, I'm just like looking at the drawings, what's the benefit of doing that over doing something like already on the computer, like the Pixel, you know how kids can draw, like on just doing a slides, a drawing, or even a Google drawing?
The iPad is just so more functional. Like the two girls were able to.
But you can do
make
that on
pictures.
Google Drawing on an iPad. You can.
That would be the next stage, yeah. What Ula's, you can, they call it meshing together. So you mesh together different apps. What it does is it combines everything.
It is kind of cool because,
Combined story.
like on my phone
Yeah.
now, if I go to audiobooks, I have like 8 books. Just my book app in general. I have all these stories on there, so I can pull them up, and they do like read like a book, so I can flip through them.
Flick, yeah. We have to convert it to PDF to make it show
There's
here.
another app too.
Yeah, but that's a good thing that you start thinking, because you could do Google Slides, could do some of what this does for free, but but that's where start looking at the capacity of combining those two things together. Great, thanks, Lancy.